So our next speaker here is Nicolas Magris with Manitou Group. Nicolas his technical title is product owner, but he is a MacGyver of sorts. Anything we develop interoperability-wise, he figures out really unique ways to use it. And Manitou, in addition, has been a strategic partner kind of pushing us forward in interoperability. They played a huge role in us having this Smart Equip partnership that we have today. And yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see what all they've done over the last 4 years since Nicolas started. So here you go.
Yes, thank you, Krista, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today. And the subject today, we will discuss about interoperability and how at Manitou Group we use the different API provided by the Documoto product in order to release the content outside and the value outside the Documoto platform. Just before I start, but Krista, do it. My name is Nicolas Magris. I'm the product owner of the Documoto solution at Manitou Group. And before we start, let me just present the Manitou Group activity in few words. Manitou Group designs, produces, and distributes material and services for construction, agriculture, and industries through two emblematic brands, Manitou and Gale, in the US, for example. We are a worldwide company. We have a 2.6 billion net revenue per year, is around $3 billion for, almost. We have 10 production sites across the world, 2 in the US, 5 in France, 1 in India, 1 in Italy, and 1 in China. We are also a worldwide company, but a French company. And we have almost 6,000 employees all around the world. And we are divided in 3 main regions. Manitou Group and the Documoto solution, it's already a success because we are using it since a few years ago now, exactly 12 years ago to be precise. We have almost 30,000 available media on the platform. We have 5,000 daily logins and 12,000 active users per month. Or per days. Is it possible? It's possible. And our target is to define the Documoto platform as the single source of truth for all after-sales documentation that we have. And for that, there is a catch. We need more just than a platform. We need to have a fully interoperable system. And that's why at Documoto Group, we explore and develop different use cases with the API provided by the Documoto platform. And we want to create and share value and benefits with this API solution outside the Documoto platform. And I will expose to you 5 concrete use cases with API use case we developed and put in production at Manitou Group, like automatic publication, data analysis, how to feed an AI platform. Yes, we will speak about AI today. Sorry, Krista. And also easy accessibility with QR code. And we will finish at the end with the seamless integration of our spare parts manual into the Smart Equip platform and also our own e-commerce B2B portal. Let's jump in our first subject. Publication automation. And before I start, I want to ask you a question. How do you currently publish your technical documentation to your platform? In the audience, for example, raise your hand if you have the option A, everything is fully automated. Nobody? Yes, but we are working together in the same company. It's normal. Raise your hand now if you have the option B or C, because you have to manage mostly manual publishing in the platform. The difference between B and C is just the C if you have a multiple publisher team all across the world. Because and I hope there is nobody for the option D. Just to be sure. But it could be a great solution also, maybe. At Manitou Group, at the beginning, we start from the option B and C. The fact It's that we have need to understand our global context. We have 5 different publishing teams all around the world, and it's difficult to follow and to standardize our process of publication because we cannot follow everyone. We cannot see everything, and with the Documoto platform, you can create template, but you don't have mandatory field, for example. You can create your own publication, you can put what you want in the different tags, and for us, it's really complicated to follow all this information. That's why we need to move to an automated solution, and we use the API in order to create a simple architecture. We connected our 2 sources system, like our PLM and ERP, to our editing tools. From the editing tools, we create an API gateway, and with API, we send directly all the information like the content, for example, the PDF file, with all the metadata file linked directly through the Documoto platform. Everything is done with automation, and it's the publisher from the editing tool, when they have finished to realize and write a content, for example, they just have to click on a button, send to the Documoto, and everything will be appear on the Documoto platform less in 1 hour, for example. We have several benefits from the automation with of publication, sorry. We have now a faster time to market because we are no longer dependent on human availability to publish across the platform, and we can also accelerate the release of our documentation through the platform. We increase our data consistency because now, because we have a fully automated solution, we can reject the bad requests or the bad content that are sent through the Documoto platform. For example, if some mandatory fields are missing, the content isn't publishing and it's rejected. And we have increased our data consistency like that. And we have a global standardization for all our publishing team because we unified we unified the process between all the publishers, and there is only one solution to publish through the Documoto platform. I hope you find this first use case interesting. For us, it was a really big challenge, but it's also a time and cost saving for internal purpose, because now we can deliver faster than ever our documentation through the Documoto platform. Now let's deep dive to our second subject and my preferred subject, data analysis. At Manitou Group, with the Documoto solution, we think we have a lot of information to know about the customer, what they are looking for, and about our own content, how it's managed, about the access control, and we have a lot of legacy content also, and we need to analyze everything in order to provide the best consistency for our documentation. And why we use API for data analysis? Before we start, we have four possibilities to know what customers search for in the Documoto platform. For example, at the beginning, at Manitou Group, it was most like intuition. We say, oh yes, most of our customers are looking for operator manual. But it was just intuition. In fact, this is not the reality. After, it was also the option C. We do not analyze data, and we just wait for customer to complain. They raise a ticket, and we say, oh, okay, I need to check that. I need to correct this documentation. And it was a surprise. And it was not sustainable because we have a lot of customers all around the world, and we need to have a really big outliner team in order to answer to all this ticket, and this is not profitable for our company. That's why at the beginning we moved to a manual solution for data analysis, because Documoto released the data insight on the platform, and it was the beginning of data analysis because we can manually extract information. We can also cross different information from different extraction, but it was not it was not sustainable also because too complicated. We need to reproduce the extraction every time, and it was not efficient. That's why we moved to a complete fully automated solution. And in order to do that and create automatic dashboard, we use the API, because the first point of the architecture, sorry, I missed this one. The starting point before I speak about API, we need to know what data we have in the Documoto platform. In the Documoto platform, we have two types of data. We have the data linked to content, and we have the data linked to the user. The data linked to the user is like the tags, the name of the media, the access control, the category, etc., etc. The data linked to the user, it's like the log, when they log in, what they viewed, what they tap in the general search bar, everything linked to the behavior of the user. And what we need to do at the beginning before collect data from Documoto, we need to define what we want to analyze. Because if we arrive at the end with our dashboard and we say, oh, I missed something, we need to restart everything at the beginning. And it's a really important step. And once we have defined this, we have used the different API provided by Documoto platform in order to collect all the information. All this information for ingestion are stored in our Google Cloud platform. At Manitou Group, we use the Google Cloud platform solution, and the data warehouse, it's a BigQuery solution. And we can have a fully ingested day-to-day inside our own data warehouse. And for the analytics, we use Power BI solution. With this solution, we can connect directly to our data warehouse, create our own visuals and our own dashboard, and share it with the business team in order to have a good representation of data and extract all the value of this data. And more than this word, I want to show you some example of our dashboard, a concrete example of what we do with data inside this Documoto platform. Let me introduce the first page of our dashboard. It's like it's for the user logging activity. We can now see that we have a great adoption of the Documoto platform all around the world. We can manage the user activity login. We have also now the time intelligence function, because we can filter by current month, last month, or last 3 months, for example. We can analyze the variation, if we lose some customer or not, if we have a great adoption or not this month. And the most important part also, we can now link this data to other data that we have at Manitou Group in our Manitou Data Hub, because like the master data customer, and we can add a filter segment because we don't have all the information of user in the Documoto platform. For example, for us, we just send the email address, the name, and the last name. That's all. And that's why we need to connect other data to the platform in order to have different segments like company, branch name, and username, and we can analyze the adoption of the platform for this user. The second part of our dashboard is linked to the user research insight. What we want to know if it's our customer have research with results, because sometimes you have a lot of content, but if they customer, they can never reach it. That we have a problem. So we analyze by company, by branch name, and by username if they can reach their content and if they have result. And we also analyze their habits, because we can have the percentage of usage of filter. We can see that our user mostly use our tag. For example, we have serial number, category, and language and product name. And this is how our user find content on the platform. And this page is also important because we can now propose a personalized training for a company who have bad habits, bad usage of the general search bar, for example. Because we can, at the Manitou Group, we want that each customer search by serial number, and it's not already all the time the case. And we can identify this, and with the after-sales team, we can propose the personalized training to this customer in order to erase the bad habits. We can also analyze the customer research in the general search bar. For the moment, it's just visual, but at the end we want to plug this unstructured data for the general search bar with AI in order to have a better understanding of what they are looking like that in the general search bar. But it's just a project for the moment. And the search page of our dashboard, for me it's the most important because it's about where the content our customer have viewed on the platform. And for example, here we can see that our customer usually mostly Documoto platform for parts identification. Because as you can see, we have almost 80% of our customers, they are looking for parts manual. And after that, we have service manual in order to repair the machine, and operator manual for the legal information. And we can also have the most viewed media on the selected period, for example. And with this KPI and insight, we can also prioritize our update of our content. Because sometimes we have old content on our platform, and we don't know if we need to update it or not, or if it's valuable for the customer. And now with that, we are capable to say, hey, this spare parts manual is the most viewed content in the platform. I need to put everything that I can in order to have the best product and the best spare parts manual available on the platform. And the last page of our dashboard, it's about the quality of the metadata inside the Documoto platform. As I said, now we have an automatic publication. Everything works better, but we have a lot of legacy documents where we have missing and wrong information. And with the data, we can analyze and we can prioritize and identify which document have bad tags or missing information, and we can adapt it and follow all the update. We can also have a monitoring of the automation of publication, because we can see day per day the evolution of new document available through the platform. It's really important for the business. We have also a direct link to the Documoto platform with the hyperlink logo here. And also, what is important, that if you remember well, you speak about the access control. For example, today in the Documoto platform, we don't know the access control when you are just a customer or internal people and you don't have the admin right or the publisher right. Because if you just see on the platform a document, you don't know if it's available for this type of customer or the other type. You need to have an admin role or publisher. And now with data, we can spread the information through to our all internal employee, and they can see if there is a lake or if the document is available for all customer or not. And it's really important, because sometimes they say, I'm sorry, I don't see the document and I don't know why. Yes, because you don't have access to it. And now they can see it. We identify a lot of benefits about API for data analysis and creation of dashboard, because now we have increased our content quality inside the Documoto platform. We also identify different business use cases. We have a better traceability, a great we can now monitoring the adoption of the platform, a great prioritization for the business about the update of our spare parts manual, for example, and we can propose a personalized training in order to erase bad habits for all of our customers who have wrong usage of the Documoto platform. And it's really important also for the change management, because sometimes when we put a new functionality or we change something, not everyone apply this modification, and we need to go forward and explain and identify, hey, you can do it like that and it will be better for you. And the last benefit, and it's about data integration. We can now have our own dataset Documoto in the Manitou Data Hub platform, and we can link other data that we have in other services that we can provide or other application. And maybe tomorrow we will create a new services with this data coming from Documoto. We don't know yet, but it could be a solution. But we have all the information needed, and it's really important. I hope you find this different page of dashboard useful. We can discuss it more after for the during the Q&A session. Because we have other page of the dashboard also, because we have different use case, but for me, what I present in first was the best use case at the beginning in order to understand the behavior of our customer and to manage the content inside the Documoto platform. Let's jump in our third subject, and it's about an AI subject. This subject is how we can. Yes, I think it's not working now, huh? But I can speak louder.
Let's see. Try louder and see if it.
Yes. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Now we can speak about how to feed an AI platform with API. Sorry, we speak about a little bit about AI because now AI is everywhere and we need to use it. We cannot pass away about that. We need to use AI, and the purpose and the starting point was an idea, because at Manitou Group we have the Documoto platform with the official information like the operator manual, service manual, and the service bulletin, for example. But also we have our internal ticketing tool, and in our internal ticketing tool, it's information provided and coming from the field, but it's unstructured data. It's only a flow of discussion, and AI is really efficient in order to read unstructured data like PDF or a discussion flow for our ticketing tool. And the idea was to bring together these two worlds in order to simplify the journey of our outliner, because our outliner, when they have an incident ticket, for example, they need to go to the Documoto platform, read a lot of documents in order to see if they find the solution. Sometimes they find it, sometimes they don't find it. And they need also to go to our knowledge page in our ticket history in order to see if the solution already solved or not. And it's a really painful journey, and it was not really easy to do. That's why at Manitou Group we create a Manitou AI Copilot for outliner. The idea is simple: is to bring together the two different sources in a chatbot brain, and in this chatbot brain we create a chatbot interface where our outliner can ask a question in natural language, and the AI will scan the two different data sources in order to provide the best answer. And we want also to simplify the journey of our outliner and have an answer quickly. More than a word, I just want to see you how it works in real life with an example. There is no song, it's normal. Like it's just, for example, it's just I can put it. The name of our chatbot, it's MANCO for Manitou Copilot, if I need to precise. The first point of our AI is that we need to put the context, because we are not like Gemini or ChatGPT. We need to identify what kind of machine you have, and after that, ask me your question, because it's impossible to have a correct answer if we do not put the context at the beginning. That's why here we have the first step of the journey for our outliner with the chatbot interface is we need to put the serial number of the machine. As you can see, we have a long serial number, like 15 letters. It's really complicated. And the AI will ask the outliner to choose the model of the machine also in order to have really a precise context. And as you can see here, before the outliner can ask the question, he has to, the AI say, hey, I have two documents at your disposition in order to see if I have information in it. For example, here we have one operator manual and one service manual, and we have also a direct direct link to the Documoto platform in order to check if we want to have other information, but it's just the starting point. We precise the context, and after that we have also the document available, because if we don't have the document available on the platform, we will find nothing. Sheet in, sheet out. And after that, now the outliner can ask a question, and how can I help you regarding this model? For example, he asked a question about safety, and the AI platform will go through the Documoto platform to check all the documentation available, read the different PDF, and also our ticket history based. As you can see, we have MyEdoc is the name of the Documoto solution at Manitou. And as you can see, we have also the information coming from the ticket history. Assist is the name of our internal ticketing tool. And we have the link directly to the Documoto in order to check the sources if I want. Because it's really important, because sometimes we need more information and we need to go further, and we need to investigate, and we need to open the PDF. Because AI is smart, but not so smart sometimes. Just stop here for the demonstration, because after it's just to expose to you the link between our ticketing tools and the link with the chatbot. Sorry, need to drink a little bit. It's the tricky part with the presentation. Up. Sorry, yes, it's better like that. We have identified some key benefits with our AI Copilot for Outliner. For example, the first one is business efficiency, because now Outliner can answer to an incident ticket faster than ever. But sometimes they have also to do the old method, because AI is not magic. So it works well, but not every time. It's like we have also benefits for human resources. Why human resources? Because AI serve as a senior mentor for junior outliner, for example. When you start a new job and you need to learn a lot of things, AI can help you to do your job better at the beginning. And it's really important, because we have a lot of outliner at Manitou Group. And also we increase the quality and branding, because if we have the same incident ticket, we will provide 2 times the same answer. Our answer will be standardized, and it will increase the quality of our answer for our end customer. I hope you find this interesting. We developed this AI Copilot for Outliner at the beginning. Our goal at the end of the years is to deploy this AI Copilot for our technician also, in order to save time and have a better answer if they have a good question also. And in the further, but not at the end of the year, we also want to deploy AI like that, chatbot, directly to our end user. If you have a simple question, for example, for legal information, and you don't want to read the operator manual, and you don't have access to the Documoto platform because you are an end user, and you want to have an answer to a simpler question, we think this is a great and correct solution. And also about AI, we have created a continuous improvement loop, because now with AI we can identify quickly the gap between our documentation and the field, because sometimes we have information coming from the field and the documentation is not updated, or we have missing information. And now with AI we can enrich and improve, like in the loop, our content and train our model day a day, and we will have a better model at the end. And it's really important for us, and we will provide to our outliner a better answer with the AI. Let's jump in our fourth subject. Our fourth subject is about easy accessibility with QR code. At Manitou Group, we deploy and stick a QR code on our machine in order to access to the operator manual and spare parts manual directly linked to the serial number of the machine. And it's also available for our end customer because you don't need to log in the Documoto platform and you don't have any login. It's accessible for everyone. I have a demonstration and a marketing explanation and a funny explanation about QR code. If I can just play the video, sorry.
One and welcome to the annual Manitou Machine Users Competition. In the last round, with 2 competitors remaining, who will be the first to answer our final question about the superb ATJ, one of the latest Manitou machines? Let's meet our first challenger. It's the outsider, Jean-Sophie Lynette. Don't be fooled by appearances. Behind this angelic face hides a real warrior. Did she have raw meat for breakfast or what? On the other side, with no introduction necessary, we have our defending champion, the famous Ryan Flash. He too displays a mixture of confidence and concentration. He clearly has the support of the crowd. What class? He looks like an American actor on a coffee commercial. Okay, it's time to learn what question our 2 challengers have to answer. That does not look like an easy question. And here we go. The referee signals the start and the 2 challengers rush to their machines. As expected, Ryan Flash grabs the user manual. On the other side, Jean-Sophie has her phone in her hand. Is she going to call the dealership? What is she doing? Looks like she's taking a picture or something. Look at Renee's self-control. The gesture is mastered, clean, and precise. Jean-Sophie just raised her arm. Could she have already found the answer? Yes, it's validated by the referee. Jean-Sophie has won the match. Incredible. With Ace completely out of it, he's been taken totally by surprise. Let's review the scene in slow motion. Jean-Sophie scans a QR code. It takes her to a web page. It looks like an application, but lets her find any information she likes about the machine with almost unnatural ease. No one has ever found an answer so fast. This has been Ryan McGregor. Back to the studio.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, the marketing team. They are really good. And as you can see, we have no access restriction with the QR code, and we can provide access to our end customer with operator manual and also with marketing content, because it's also important. And we have no longer paper manual constraints because most of the time they are lost or outdated, and we can now provide a real-time update of the document. But the architect, oops, sorry. I have some trouble issue with the video sometimes, sorry. And the architecture behind the QR code is really simple. We have the QR code, and in the QR code we embed the serial number. And with the embedding serial number, we put it in our platform. It's like a website. And in this website, we have the information about the serial number. And with this serial number, here we have the magic. We can call the API from the Documoto platform in order to provide the latest version of the operator manual, and we also use widget for the spare parts manual. Why we use widget for QR code is because we do not have to redevelop everything, and it was perfect like that for our customer because we do not have a super UX design in our website. Everything in the platform is linked directly to the serial number, and the operator do not need to write again and choose the correct information. And this is a really cool and good solution in order to provide this information. But more than a word, I think you can test it if you want. I put a QR code here, and you can go to our own platform. You can scan to access. We can do it together because I will go also to this website. Let me know how ONS is down because I need to change the tab after in order to go to the platform. And normally everything is okay for everyone? Yeah. Normally, if you have scanned the QR code, you go through this website. You can choose your language, but normally with your preferences and your phone, you are in English for everyone. And as you can see, we have a marketing content with a video quick start, video maintenance and safety about the machine. But we have also the information coming from our Documoto platform, like the operators manuals. We have different operator manuals in different regions. For example, here, Europe, Australia, or North America, because this is not the same regulation, and we need to provide 3 different operator manuals. And if you click on the operator manual, you will find you can open the PDF document, and this PDF document is coming from the Documoto platform. We have no more duplicated information, and I hope it will work. But it's about the connection. Normally it's okay. It's faster normally. Yeah. As you can see, we have our operator manual provided for this machine. But what I want to show to you, it's also the widget, because for the parts manual, we embed directly with the widget the spare parts manual. And here in a pop-up now, we have a port of Documoto directly embedded in our QR code website and link to this serial number. As you can see here, we are in Documoto, but not on the Documoto platform, on the QR code purpose, but we have the same information. We can go to our spare parts manual and identify part number, for example. And it's really important. And you retrieve exactly the same design because it's only a widget. You cannot reshape everything. If you want to, as we can see after, if you want to reshape everything, you need to use a headless API. Everything is working on your phone? You can, okay, perfect. We identify several benefits for the QR code. Now, with this solution, we have no more outdated PDF in the cab of the machine, because we have real-time update. And if we have to make an update about the content because we have new regulation, for example, the end user will always have the correct information. And we have now also legal compliance, because we need to produce for our end user the last version of our operator manual. This is a really cool solution. I really like it because we can imagine that in the further we can have a new regulation, and for example we need to put another type of document like declaration of conformity for a machine, and then we can adjust our website and we can put directly information coming from Documoto instantaneously, and we don't have to change the QR code. That's really important. What's next, and what we believe, because we want to increase this type of solution and our customer really like it, we want also to develop a QR code for our technician. That means it's the same interface, but we had a SSO login connection in order to access to other content, because this is not only for end user, this is for our technician, and we want to provide like the current QR code platform, the service manual, information for the diagnostic of the machine, the preventive maintenance operation, and the maintenance logbook. And all this information are not coming from the Documoto platform. That's the power of the usage of API, that we can combine 2 different sources of data. For example, for our diagnostic machine, nothing on the Documoto platform, and we can bring with API also the default error code and bring and mix with our service manual on the Documoto platform, and everything will be linked directly to the serial number. No more search, no more need to tape the long serial number, because sometimes they put it correctly, but one string is missing, and it's complicated. We can discuss more about this solution at the end, because I'm sure you have some QR code solution also maybe in your company. And now we arrive at the end of we arrive at our last use case with API. Is about the seamless integration into Smart Equip and the Manitou B2B portal of our spare parts manual. I want to, because at Manitou Group, we have two main sales channels in order to sell sports. We have our own e-commerce B2B portal, and we have also Smart Equip. Smart Equip, everyone knows Smart Equip? No. Smart Equip is just a platform like Documoto platform, where we give, but it's for multi-brand platform, and for us, it's for our rental company, and they can display our parts manual, but they can also display parts manual of other competitor, and they have access to all the information, and they can buy parts also. But the old situation and the issue was that we need to send the information to the Smart Equip platform, because we produce part manual and we publish it to our Documoto platform, but the information is not available in the Smart Equip platform. And the old situation was not sustainable, was really complicated, and everything was manual. We have to extract and download the spare parts manual from the Documoto platform. People at Manitou Group bring this information to an SFTP server, and after that, people at Smart Equip collect the spare parts manual and put it on the platform. It was an unsustainable solution, require a 6-step manual process to publish the content, and it was also a nightmare for the update and if we want to erase content from the platform. And with the work of Documoto and the development of the headless API and end-to-end work together, we have now a seamless integration into Smart Equip, and we have now no more need to extract the information. Everything available in the Documoto platform will be available in the Smart Equip platform. We have a real-time update of content. It's the same thing for the metadata. For example, if I had a new serial number on my spare parts manual on Documoto, it will be also available on the Smart Equip platform. And the search for our customer will be the same on Documoto platform and on the Smart Equip platform. And we have also a cost saving because we have no manually action. Everything is done with automation. And it's really cool like that. Because it was a real nightmare at the beginning. And now I want to talk about also another seamless integration, because if we are able to do it with another with another solution like Smart Equip, we can do it also for our own e-commerce B portal. And because at Manitou Group, for the moment, we have two different interfaces, and we have a disconnected system. For example, technician need to log in into the Documoto platform, identify the spare parts and the part number, and after, he need to send this part number to the e-commerce portal. But the two systems are not connected. He need to log out, go to another system, log in our own e-commerce platform, select the shopping cart, and buy the parts. It's a complete disconnected system, and this is not a seamless experience for our user. And we want to delete that and improve our customer experience. That's why we use API in order to have a seamless integration in our e-commerce portal. We have hidden the power of Documoto because we have all the information coming from Documoto. We have the exploded view, the bill of material, the hotspot, everything is coming from Documoto, but now we have a 100% custom spare parts manual. We can do everything we want. We can link all the data with other data that we have in our own e-commerce portal, like master data parts. For us, it's really important because we have all other information for parts like superseded part number and with a real-time update, or also other marketing information. And we can do also now cross-selling, because we are now able to have a suggestion about parts, and we can have other model in our e-commerce portal. And we create a technical click and buy like Amazon platform. We identify the parts, I select the parts, and I buy it, and it's finished. As you can see, it's an example of our own e-commerce platform. We recreate all the design of the spare parts manual, but it's almost the same as we have in a Documoto platform. We do not recreate everything. We just had other information, and we just have now a design system conform with a Manitou Group solution. And that's really important for our own e-commerce portal. And we can have a real click and buy experience. We have also all the information about prices superseded, but it's more than the integration that we have in the Documoto platform now. We can go further. We identify a lot of benefits about seamless integration into the B2B portal. First one, and we hope it's a revenue and sales growth, because we transform our documentation into a profitable source of revenue. We have now operational excellencies because we simplify the user journey, and we reduce the back order because we provide a real-time updated information directly in our own e-commerce platform. And the result of that is we increase the customer trust. And with this increase of customer trust, we increase the customer experience. And with the increase of the customer experience, we want also to sell more spare parts. Because we do not do that just because it's we have just a better design. We want to increase our spare parts, our sales spare parts, and it's part of our strategic vision, because we are not only selling machines, we are also selling services and spare parts. I hope you find this use case interesting. It's a little bit tricky, I can understand. We can discuss more about that at the end during the Q&A session, because we have a lot of things to say about seamless integration, and we can do a lot of things. We arrive at the end of the presentation, and just to conclude, I just want to say in few words, at Manitou Group, we believe that a content management system needs to be fully interoperable, because if you have a closed CMS, it's like a locked safe, but it's cool to have a single source of truth. But with the API, we release all the power and all the content, and we put the data where it had the most value. Thank you very much. I hope you find this interesting. And do not hesitate if you have any question. I will do my best to answer to it. Yes?
I had a question on all the data that you pull for the media and the user information from the API. Is that all structured and well documented, or do you have to? Does it take work to figure out?
No. We everything we put in the Documoto platform is documented at the beginning and structured, because it's a jungle outside if we put everything.
I suppose the question for Andy. So if we had to do an API to try and pull all that data, is it well structured that it's easy to understand, or is there?
Oh yeah, we have robust documentation, because I believe you're using the BI data extract.
Yes.
Which we do have posted documentation that I can send to you. I believe there's 12 extracts included in that. But then further, we also have a set of RESTful headless APIs, and that's fully documented as well. What you covered as far as all these use cases, use a combination of the
Yes, we
information
cover
from
everything.
those various APIs.
So I'm looking how we pull all that, the database tables, and then analyze it with other tools, right? Power BI, we have it internally.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to do externally, that's another license.
it's a real nightmare.
which we're not going to do because that's a lot more expensive. But we have Power BI internally, but now I'm looking at dashboards to use externally to do it another way. So just, yeah, that's something I've got Will's probably interested in looking at. On your, so publishing, early on you had part where you could have multiple groups publishing and everything being consistent. I imagine the biggest part was just trying to standardize.
Yes,
that. And
of
I'm
course.
curious as to like, what was your general strategy for that, and how long did you think you actually build that?
It's a really long travel because the publication is standardized, but the content inside it's complicated because we have in different countries the needs are also different, and it's a really long travel journey, and it's not finished already for the standardization of the content inside. But for the content outside, for the publication, the metadata, and what we have around the content, it's done. But inside the content, this is not finished yet. We need to investigate more and more. But it's really complicated. For example, for spare parts manual, we have a lot of possibilities to have an exploded view, the format, the landscape or portrait, and everything. It depends because the needs from some customer in the US are not the same from some customer in the Europe, and it's complicated to merge together.
I was up thinking of like just the tagging, the access controls, and all that stuff, automating that.
This one it was simple.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, because we do not have a lot of media category and different access control. We provide, for example, that we have 6 different access control. A level of access control is just for our dealer, rental, key account, and internal purpose. And I think sometimes you have too many categories. Also, we have also 6 or 7 category in our Documoto platform, and it was more simple like that because you have less information in access control.
I have another question. If there's anybody.
Go. Pleasure.
So at one point you mentioned, the searches, and I guess some people are searching here and trying to get like the success rate, or using that to find holes in documentation. I mean, how are you actually determining whether a search is actually successful or not, and how that connects to whether there's
Yes. It's more like if the success is about if they have only result. We don't know if it's correct. It's a link. What they have. We have a link. We don't have a link between. For example, I'm looking for an operator manual, and I put my serial number, and I have some result, but I don't know if the results are correct. But I have result. It's the first step of the analyze. But for the moment, we do not have the second step because we don't know. We need to cross, I think, but for the moment, we don't have realized this. We need to cross the intention of the search and what they really open at the end, and combine with what they search. But it's complicated. We don't have done this yet. We just have the information. I put a serial number. I have result. That's the first step. Because sometimes we have missing serial number on the platform and we have nothing. And
are you using like AI or something to, like maybe the chatbot to
yes.
to determine whether something is actually missing? And maybe
Yes, but with the AI we can. We have a really good performance in order to identify the gap, because we ask the question about the serial number and say, hey, I found this document, and sometimes you say, hey, I have nothing, and we need to correct and enrich our database.
So you're using the AI to log the incidents when nothing's coming
Yeah.
back, so you can come. Okay. Gotcha.
Do you have any other question?
Good luck.
No, that's fine. I try to do my best.
Your AI integration using the API, you're only putting back PDF documents and you're using the chatbot to search those?
We only use PDF. Yes. No, we do.
Then I have a second question for Documoto. So when you guys launched the AI, and hope that much better on something that's coming up, you were indexing all the documents, right? And what I've learned from using LLMs and that indexing provides a better search. Is any of the indexing documentation going to be available in any of the APIs in future, or is that ever been thought about? So because I find you can search a larger data set if it's indexed than trying to ask an LLM just to search. I'm probably limited like 3 or 4 PDFs, and then it loses itself. And it depends on the size of the PDF. Yeah. So.
So the question, Peter.
All right. How do we index content inside of PDFs at Documoto today?
I see when you launched the AI,
So-
you had to index that.
Yep.
Because it took some time. So my question is there any thoughts for in the future that through an API we could have access to the indexing instead of having to read the document?
For the AI, the knowledge base that we're doing.
Yep. Yeah. So we hadn't actually discussed like giving access to that. What I can tell you though is we break apart all of the documents. We feed all that into a vector database. So I don't know how many people know much about AI, but basically it's a way to take questions then and map those questions against specific pieces of a document. And then that's how we retrieve data to then answer the questions. We haven't though looked at like actually serving that up through APIs, but if you're interested in that, definitely talk to your.
Because I'm also experimenting and implementing it. I found, you have to index, you have to do that, and to do larger data sets, it has to be somewhere, right? So I see how that works, but you have to be very, and what I've learned, you have to be very pinpoint to the documents you want, and then it searches those.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's you have to do a lot of tagging for this request, for this product. It has to be this manual, this document. You have to go and set that all up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No. That's all right.
There is any other question?
Just a minor one. So it's interesting that you mentioned the access to tools and stuff, but I'm also wondering in the structure that you described, are you using like organizations as well, or is that kept limited to structure around the serial number? How organizations use in your setup you show?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat? No.
Like how are you using? Okay, so you mentioned how you're using like the access controls. I'm curious about organizations and how you're using organizations in the different examples you showed.
For the collect of information, like with the user group and the different access control that we can have.
Yeah, I wonder how organizations fit into it, to what we were showing.
For the dashboard, for example.
Well, pretty much. I don't know if you're using it in one way across all your examples, or if there's different examples.
But for example, it's because for example, with the chatbot for our technician, it's internal purpose. We don't have a restriction access for operator manual and service manual, and we do not use organization in this use case, for example. But for the dashboard, for example, we do not use directly because it's only internal purpose, the dashboard, because we do not share Power BI outside our company. It's too complicated and it's a real real cost also if you want to do that. But our dashboard, it's only for internal purpose. And in the dashboard, we do not directly use the organization provided by Documoto because we used our master data customer internal. It's like that. For that, we have the different segment like company, branch name, but this information isn't available on the Documoto platform because we only have the email address, last name, and first name, and we do the link between this information and our other information coming from our ERP and customer master data. And that's why we don't have organization here. But in the extraction of the data, you have all the information, and if you want to use the organization, it's totally possible. You have all the information.
So it's there, you just because how it's set up, you don't need to use it.
Yes, we don't need to use it, yes.
How do you determine their location? Is just by the name?
The location here is by the address of our customer, the dealership. No, because in the Documoto solution we only have the country for the location, the real for the location in the extraction, and we don't have the real exact location where they log. Yeah. And here we use the address of our customer. Yes, for me, thank you very much.